Welcome to Emotions and Eating with Nicola-beer. Nicola controlled her feelings using food for 25 years, so she knows how draining it is to be constantly thinking about or acting out with food. Thankfully, having made an amazing breakthrough in her recovery, her mission became about helping others escape the unsatisfying cycle of frustration and self-medication with food. Nicola is determined to help you find your inner strength so you can be healthy, gain confidence, feel great, and be at peace with yourself and food.
Hi and welcome. Thank you for joining me today. So happy you are here. This is Nicola and you are listening to Emotional Eating episode 6. Yay! I hope you've enjoyed them so far. Hope you're feeling awesome today. And if you're not, then I hope by the end of this you'll feel better. Or by listening to more of my episodes, you'll feel freer, happier and more at peace with yourself and with your body. That's my mission. So thank you for tuning in. And today I'm going to talk to you about how a lot of people have it wrong about thin, slim people. One of the biggest things that people seem to get wrong about slim people or anorexia or bulimic behaviour is people simplify it all down to a weight and a thin thing. They'll say things like, oh shame, she thinks she's not thin enough. That's why she's anorexic. It's so sad. Or she's so thin, how can she have a problem with her weight? Or you look fine, I can't believe you're fat. You don't have a stomach. You're not fat, your thighs aren't big. Just don't think about your weight and you'll be okay. These are all the well-meaning commentary that people will say. And they will hope that when they tell you these things, it's going to be enough for you to be fine. Do any of these sound familiar? Sometimes people feel compelled to give you advice and to give you a commentary on your weight, on your size, without you even wanting it. And the best yet are things like, eat more and everything will be fine. This is my mum's solution to everything. If I'm ill, if I am tired, if I am upset, if I am whatever it is, my mum's solution is to eat more. It'll fix everything. And the thing is that if you suffer from anorexia or bulimia, your thoughts are not always on becoming thin most of the time. Maybe you tell yourself this to somehow justify it to yourself, but it's not really about this at all. It's about control. And it's about using it as a way to manage feelings. Does that make sense? Like, I have been really, really thin before, like ridiculously thin, and I knew I was too thin. I knew it. And I knew I would look healthier and better if I put on more weight. And I knew that I was not fat, but I couldn't do it because I was using it as a way to express the self-hate, the stress, fear I had. So it often comes from this emotional eating. It often comes from a way to manage feelings, and it comes from a place where we simply do not love ourselves. And this does have a lot to do with the way that we were treated in our childhood or in our life generally by others. This lack of love we receive or feel from others in turn creates us to not love ourselves. And then to cope with this lack of love for ourselves, we fall onto habits to manage the emotions. Maybe we felt suffocated by overbearing parents. Maybe we felt neglected or unseen in relationships. Maybe we felt angry and unwanted by people at school. Instead of process these emotions, we starve our way through them as a way to punish ourselves or deal with the emotions. So whilst many people think eating disorders are linked to weight and body size and wanting to be thin, in actual fact, eating disorders are more about self-esteem. Research into eating disorders show how many bulimics and anorexics don't want to be seen actually. They want to disappear. They are not doing it to have the perfect sized body to be adored by men. That is often a myth. Many people don't realise that suffering from these disorders stems from a lack of self-love and not feeling good enough. And this wanting to disappear from others or life can be acted out with food and become a physical manifestation. Now, I don't mean to get heavy, but I do mean to be real with you. And these feelings are very harsh reality for many people. So I had no real understanding that my eating habits were linked to wanting to disappear and to escape being abused. It's where it started at a young age. And then I became the way I became, because I then acted out with food when things didn't go my way. When I faced problems, felt anger or fear, I didn't want to eat, or feel I deserved to eat. I would threaten myself. Right, I'm not eating now for the rest of the day. If, for example, I lost money, if I didn't perform as well as I wanted to at work, if I didn't complete a homework task, if I had a normal sized portion of food. It was all about punishing and controlling myself, because I couldn't control life. I didn't see it as treating myself harshly, because it was just a way of coping. It felt so natural to me. My health was suffering from the lack of nutrients, but I didn't care about that. I was obsessed with being thin, and it had nothing to do with the way I looked in the mirror. It was all about winning control over myself and giving myself very little. When I did finally wake up to the pain that I was causing myself, I did try everything to change it. And after countless attempts to beat the anorexia and bulimia, I had reached a state of acceptance. But not in a good way. Acceptance that I would never be free from bulimia and anorexia. Acceptance that I will always be messed up around food. Forever. Acceptance that this was my life and my eating issues were part of me. Acceptance that perhaps this is the way that I would have to be. Acceptance that perhaps I was never going to be able to change. But thankfully I did change, and I managed to change that perception, the thoughts and the feelings. And I'm here to tell you that you can do the same. When you are ready, you can drop me an email, nicola@purepeacecoaching.com, and we can set up a time to talk if you feel that that is something you would like to do. And if you're not ready, for whatever any reason, then continue listening to the show. It's a real pleasure to be guiding you step by step, because it is a process. And I'm delighted that even just you listening is showing your willingness to gain more peace. So from my heart to yours, have an awesome day or evening wherever you are listening in the world. And be sure to subscribe to the show to make sure that you don't miss out on any of the future episodes I'm going to be sharing with you.
Thank you for listening to Emotional Eating with Nicola-beer. If you would like to find out more about her new system, aimed at getting beneath the issue of weight gain and harmful food control to eradicate the root cause of over and under eating, then you can visit her website at www.nicola-beer.com. There you'll find more free resources on how to become free and live a life you love. She also invites you to connect with her on social media. All her social media links can be found on nicola-beer.com also. Wishing you an amazing day ahead.